guys, this is Arlene. I wanted to share with you in this video my favorites for 2010. This is a little bit different than what you all have been sharing on YouTube. I have a little bit more than 15 items that I wanted to share with you guys. I really couldn't limit my favorites to 15. So in this video I'm going to share with you my favorite must-have tools and products for 2010, as well as kind of take a flashback into some of the things I was completely into in 2010. So this is going to be in no particular order, but I'm going to try to start with the tools first just so I can get the big stuff out of the way. So of course my absolute favorite tool is my Sizzix Big Shot. And I love this puppy. I use her all the time, whether it's to create die-cut frames or mini album pages and pockets and whatnot, embellishments. I use this. I just love the Big Shot. And a lot of dies are compatible with the Big Shot. Beginning of this year for 2010, I invested in the first wave of Tim Holtz Alterations dies, and I got the entire first wave collection. So I got all of the movers and shapers, the Bigs dies, I don't know what these are called here, but these are the ones from the original release. They're like Sizzlets, but they're the long platform. My absolute favorites have to be the Baroque, of course. And my favorite on the edge die is this decorative one. It's the plaque and postage, and I use this one like all the time. My second favorite tool obviously is my AccuCut machine, but I cannot bring it over here because it's huge and heavy. But I have invested in quite a number of dies in 2010, but I want to share two of my favorite dies with you. I'm not going to bring the dies to you, but I'll share the die cuts with you. This is the first one, and this is a large pocket envelope, and this one measures and it folds like this, and it just needs to be adhered down, so it's just like a little pocket. But this measures 3 1/4 by 6 1/2, so it's a good size envelope, and you can put it in your mini album. You can adhere it down to your mini album and open this. You can put holes in here or put it on your bind it all or cinch and bind it here and have this open, or you can cut that open and put a tag. It's just so many possibilities with that. I love it. And then this is my second favorite one, and this is just the pocket envelope. And this is a good size. It's perfect for a mini album because it's 5 by 6, and you can basically bind it here and stick it into your mini album, and it'll be a pocket and a page, or you could do it this way, and then you could. So it's just my favorite. Absolutely cannot live without my Frisker's rotary trimmer. You guys can see it's a rotary blade, and I cannot live without this trimmer. It's just awesome. And it's basically, it cuts 12 by 12, and I cut all of my chipboard on here. I've had this rotary trimmer since early spring of 2010, and I have not had to change the blade, and I use this to cut basically everything, all of my projects. Now, my next favorite must-have and can't live without tool is my cinch. Totally recommend it if you're in the market for a binding system. I say get the cinch. I absolutely use this almost every time I craft and working with embellishments is my hot glue gun. And I use the Sure Bonder, and I got this at Joann's. And if you look at the tip, it's a fine tip nozzle. I love it because when you're doing paper crafting, you're typically working with intricate things, and so the fine tip really helps. And it comes with a stand, and I love that it has an on-off switch, so I don't have to keep plugging and unplugging my glue gun. It's just a convenience, and with a coupon it's a great deal. The next cannot live without, and used extremely a lot during 2010, are my sticky products from Jody. I love Jody's red line sticky tape products. Here's three of the different sizes. We have an 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, and 1/2 an inch. I use them all pretty much. I love using this on adhering pockets and big things to my mini albums. It's perfect. And then here is a kind of just a sampling of some of the other sticky products. These are the dimensionals that she offers. So she has them in white, different size circles, and then the small ones, and then black, and then these are basically red line sticky dots. Love them. And then some big dots. So anyways, cannot live without these. I love I Am Roses, and here's just a few of my favorite picks from them. I love, love, love these curly roses there. I'm just so in love with them. You can alter them and color them yourself. This is a newer flower that that Rima had just got in. It's R60 is the code, but these are just so gorgeous, you guys. Look at these flowers. Aren't they just amazing? They're just so gorgeous. Look at that. Okay, so and then of course I love their cherry blossoms to death. So these are the cherry blossoms. And then the hydrangeas. Can't live without those because you can alter those and create your own flowers. It's so cool. So I am roses. Love it, love it. My next favorite 2010 find, and I just could not get enough of, was treasurenest.com. And I just love their laces and trims, you guys, and also their boxes that you can alter. So here's just a couple of samples of the boxes, and you've seen me alter a few of those on videos. And here are some of my favorite trims that I picked up from Treasure Nest. My favorite black floral trim with the shininess in it. I love, that's one of my favorites. And I've used that on a few projects. This is also one of my favorites. And I've shared this on a video and a few projects as well. And then of course, cannot live without the rosette trim. This is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then here's some other trim that I just absolutely love. Okay, so treasurenest.com, definitely on the list for 2010. And we'll be there for 2011, I'm sure. The next item that I have on my list are my Copic markers. And I wish I could show you my station right now, but it's just a hot mess. So I'm just going to share a few of the pens with you. But, you know, my must cannot live without colors are, of course, going to be E51 and E50, which I use quite a bit for skin. And then my R20. And then my favorite colors for coloring hair. I don't know, there's just a big combination of colors. Here's brown, E34, E27, E35. And, God, I have lots. I've probably grown my Copic marker collection to about maybe 280 markers. And I just love my Copic markers. I use them all the time, so they're just an awesome investment. Also, what I love are my multi-liner pens. Let me share that with you guys first. And these are the two that the only two that I've ever just needed is the SPBS and the SP.05. Now you've seen me use this one, the brushstroke one, to detail the edging of my die cuts. And then this is a fine tip that basically you can use to, like when you're stamping and you accidentally don't put enough equal weight when you're stamping and maybe part of a line didn't get stamped all the way. You don't need to restamp it, you guys. Just use your multi-liner .05 and fill in the blanks. It works perfectly. And your Copic markers will not smear the multi-liner, so it works perfectly. And then my next favorite, of course, are my At You Speaka glitter pens. And I have all of them, I'm happy to say, and I love every single one of them. And I probably use this one the most, my red one. But anyways, my next addiction for 2010 are my greeting farm stamps. So here's a quick view. I don't know if you guys can see it, but these are all of my greeting farm stamps, and I'm just so, I love greeting farm stamps, you guys. They're just so adorable. And so I'm probably going to see more of this in 2011 because they are coming out with some really cute stuff. My other addiction in 2010 were and are my vintage stamps, Oxford Impressions. Oh my goodness, the most gorgeous vintage stamps ever. And I've probably shared this with you guys before, but this is one of my must-have addictions in 2010, and I still love using these stamps. They're just really fun. And then we have Invoke Arts. Oh, you guys, the best art journaling stamps out there. Just super fun and fun to work with. So anyway, so that's another item for my list for 2010.